Hi, and welcome to the Sportsman Show. I am your host, Joe MEUSEL, coming to you from Zoom live for Nutmeg Television with my compañero, COACHIE DECAROLIS. Say hi, COACHIE.
Hi, everybody. First of all, we last week we decided not to tape the show because tropical storm E012. Yeah, I called it right.
E012.
It caused some havoc around here last Tuesday. My street didn't lose power, but we did lose cable and internet, and we did not have it for 3 days, and it was enough that I had to go to another location to go watch sports and to take care of my nephew out there. And if we'd come on the air, about half the city would not have been able to see our show.
Yeah, that's true, but they are – well, what is the TV up to? Number 6 or 7 episode? Probably.
TV I believe is up to number 6.
Number 6.
And this is our 12th show.
Yeah, so they're behind a little. The YouTube is fully up and running, guys. YouTube, if you want to see our latest show with Chuck Ceccalillo, it's up there. It's up and on.
Yep. And we want to tell you that he thought we were phenomenal. With the interviews that we did, and we stayed within the boundaries of what we were allowed to discuss and what we couldn't talk about.
With him, yep. He fully enjoyed it. We'll have him back on again, definitely.
Yeah, I think we will. And I know he's got something going on for September 20th. I have to see what's going on. Yep. My scheduling and everything.
We may be doing something live at Muzzy Field that time. But
hopefully it won't rain or anything like that.
Yeah, that's a good recap of what we've been doing. Let's dive into whatever we got. What do we got? What are you up for?
All right. Well, I'm going to save my hockey part for a little later on in the show.
Okay, you can save your hockey part for a little while later.
We need to discuss about college football because
college football is big. That's a big mess right now. That's a big mess.
It is. 2 of the 5 conferences have canceled their season, and so far it's been the Big Ten.
Did they just cancel it, or did they try to push it back to the spring? Or are they fully canceled?
I think they did away with it.
Okay.
My understanding is they made this decision during this past week.
Yep, I heard something. I looked at it. I read it over a little bit, but I didn't know it was for the full season or just pushing back to the spring.
I think it was just for the fall.
Pushing back to the spring. Maybe they're not giving up.
Yup, but not by much. And I'll tell you, like Ohio State, it's really gonna. Yeah, they said to postpone it. Yeah, but that means you really can't play football in the spring, though. That is asking. That's asking for too much. I mean, you're going to be playing in hot weather later in the spring.
Hot weather. You're going to start off in real cold weather, too. Springtime, usually you start off, baseball in March, and that's cold weather. That's even colder than sometimes in January when you're
except not this year, though. They played right in the summertime when the season started, so.
But that's kind of hard for the two-way athlete too,
Yes.
for the some guys want to play some baseball during the spring.
Yep. Or track. There's a lot of football players on that team that do track and field, believe it or not.
Yep. Well, that keeps their skills up, and that's an easier sport for them to keep up. So it keeps up their training. But yeah, that's tough. That's tough call on the college footballs. They want to protect their players and have a season, but you can't really do both.
No, you can't, and I absolutely agree with you. From what my understanding is, yes, the parents are going to be outraged, but it's not their call. It's the commissioner of that conference who makes the decision.
Yep. And God forbid that something really bad happens to one of the players. Yes, these guys are in fit condition. These are world-class athletes on the field and stuff. Most of them, I mean, they're not wearing a keg like me and you, Coachy. They're wearing
Correct.
6-packs.
Mm-hmm.
But if something, I mean, COVID-19 could hit them harder than they're supposed to, and something bad could happen. So.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's a mess. But but we haven't really heard anything about college football in cases or anything like that. So actually, that's been pretty good.
Well, I don't know if they can fully disclose how many cases they actually have or anything to the public, because if a public person goes on and talks about somebody's injury, a college football player's injury and stuff like that, they can actually be sued by the family, because you're talking about an illness that it's not really fully proven or anything like that, and that could lower
their. To the day, we don't have a vaccine right now either.
Yep,
which they think they're talking about in October, but I don't guarantee that right now.
Yeah, no vaccine, no nothing. I mean, we could take whatever Russia just made up and.
Oh God,
hopefully
do we
that
trust them?
Yeah, do we trust them? I mean, but
and and I can bring this up too. The high school sports, same thing. This has been going on the last 3 days. It's been, once they said we're not so sure if it's going to happen, then they had a CIAC meeting. Everybody on Facebook in Connecticut was like, "Yup, that's great news. We're ready to play ball." Whoops, we forgot. The health department had to step in at 2:00 in the morning, send an email out to everybody, and now they postponed all practices till at least August 24th.
Okay, yeah, I read something about that.
So it comes down to, what's going to happen? Who's going to make the final decision, the health department or the governor?
That's going to be tough. I think the health department will influence the governor to help make his decision and stuff. So it's going to be a health issue first. It's going to become.
And if they move the sports to the spring, they're probably going to have to do it March and April, because there's no way you can May and June. You got track, football, baseball, no. And then a lot of people are going to have to figure out, okay, are we going to be allowed to play 2 sports during the spring? I don't think so.
Yeah, the 2 sports athletes are going to have to pick and choose. That's going to be a lot on them. But it's going to be coming down to the health of the players.
And like I said, if there's no vaccine, guess what? Then they will continue to monitor, and there may not be a whole high school sports season at all here this year.
No, because you can't play football without contact. If you play football without any contact,
flag football, you got a chance.
Yeah, flag football, 7-on-7 drills.
But they said, though, to me, for the fall, cross country, you're okay. You're not making any contact. You're just running like a road race.
Yeah, I mean.
Soccer, and I talked about this with my father, there isn't really much contact going on. Maybe one-on-one contact a little bit where the ball's going to defend. That's not really a whole lot.
Yeah, I think players could wear a mask in that situation, too.
I don't know about that, though, because running around on the field.
Well, they may have to be able to.
Volleyball, they want to move that too, because there's going to be too much sweat and body odor in the gym floor.
Well, one college is actually moving their volleyball outside. They're going to do it outside.
To practice.
College that was going to do that, but they're going to do it outside. That's a great idea.
Yeah,
I don't know if they're going to do it.
I'm glad you said that, Joe, because I actually talked to somebody on the phone who's a volleyball coach at Bristol Central, and I told him, why don't you practice outside if you have that many freshmen trying to try for the volleyball team, which he told me there was like 50. I said, are you kidding me?
Wow, 50 kids going out to volleyball? Yeah. That's nice.
This is a freshman class. I said, that's pretty good, but you better watch what the rules are. And then now he probably got the email and said, oh, nope, sorry, you're off for 10 days.
Yeah.
So. And there's a decision coming in that. So, but that's where we stand right now. I feel bad. Like I said, the Big Ten, it's going to hurt Michigan and Ohio State. I think out of any of those two, out of the schools out there, the Pac-12, it's going to kill. It's going to bother USC definitely.
Yeah, that's going to bother it. Yeah.
You know, which is too bad. But as of right now, we still have the ACC, the SEC, and the Big 12. But details to follow could change before you know it.
Yep, it could change. Gino went on the ESPN radio and stuff. He spoke about it. His biggest thing is that he's got no schedule right now. He's got no schedule whatsoever. He doesn't know when things are going to happen. He's just waiting for football to say if it cancels. If they cancel football, they're going to cancel everything.
Remember, UConn is not in the Big East. They're independent. That's a whole different ball game now.
Well, for basketball, they're in the Big East, and
right.
They're still waiting for football. Football's the key to everything.
Yeah, I don't know about the Big East. I think the Big East discontinued with football, I believe.
Yeah, they did. They discontinued.
They had Syracuse. They had Syracuse in there. They had Cincinnati in the Big East. Yeah, well, that's when UConn was in the Big East Conference. They played all these big teams, and now
they couldn't beat them.
And unfortunately, Georgetown and Villanova is really. I think Villanova is 1AA, and I don't think Georgetown has a football program at all.
Yeah, but that's what Gino's waiting for. He's just waiting for a schedule. None of these programs have a real good bead on what is actually going to happen in the future. They have they're just guessing along with like everybody else. This could go on for a couple of years or something like that.
Yeah, it could. If this vaccine don't come through, guess what? Good luck. The only thing you're going to still be doing is going to work, going home, staying home, and yes, if you go out to a store, it doesn't count. Yeah.
So, and if the pro sports and stuff like that, opt for bubble situations and stuff, NBA could still do a bubble for a full 82 season, or maybe not a full 82 games, but maybe a 60-game schedule with all 30 teams. But
yeah, but the weird thing is about all this too. You don't get this vaccine. What's going to happen? Yes, you don't really hear like Florida, Texas, and California. Now they've been starting to slow it down again.
Yeah, they started to.
The biggest concern is what's going to happen with everything else in between. If you got the what you're going to find out for winter sports.
Well, yeah, the big thing is where's the vaccine coming from? We're going to test the Russia one on you, Coachy. Give it to you, and
you're
going to be test subject.
Yeah, no, thanks. I'm not interested in one of those. So
you're not interested in the Russian
version?
No,
I don't want to be one of the first ones to be tested, Joe. I'm very sorry.
Come on, take one for the team.
Yeah, I don't think so.
We'll toss a coin up, heads or tails. See who takes
that. You call it. Tails. Okay.
Oh man, I get the Russian.
Yeah, you would have lost. Anyway.
All right, what else we got?
All right, I guess I'll throw the hockey in now.
Yeah, go ahead with your hockey. I watched a couple seconds of it.
You got to try and get into about 5-10 minutes next.
I was watching a couple seconds of it. I think it was Colorado and somebody
Arizona.
else. It had a tiger or something as a mascot.
Everything so far. By the way, there has been no one's been tested positive. We did have one player that had a quarantine for 3 days because his wife gave birth to a baby.
Good thing.
So that's understandable. And then we had a head coach, Claude Julien, is out for the rest of the series against Philadelphia because he was experiencing chest pains. No, it wasn't COVID right off the bat. And now he's resting in his Montreal home.
Nice.
Right now. I think so far, everything overall with the series, for any of you who got to see Game 1 between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Columbus Blue Jackets, they were the 4th longest playoff game in NHL Stanley Cup history.
It
when the
kept on
game
going
started.
on and on and on.
Yes, the game started at 3:10 p.m. It ended at 9:23 at night on a Braden Point goal in the fifth overtime. They were about a minute and 21 seconds away from being the third longest game. You know, but don't worry, that wasn't the don't even sleep on it. It wasn't the longest game ever in hockey, Joe. It actually was 6 overtimes. You have to go back to 1933.
Okay. That's like a 15-inning baseball game.
Well, it was back then when it was the Montreal Maroons and not the Montreal Canadiens.
Yeah.
So
but
it was back in the day. But, yeah, overall they went back and forth. I mean, imagine if you had fans at this game. Holy cow, if the game was at night, you would be been there till almost 2 in the morning.
Well, okay, I'll ask you this, Coachy.
Go ahead.
Is it better to have overtime or not overtime? Is it better in a game to have it prolonged to too much time?
In the regular season, if they're tied, they do a 5-minute 3-on-3 overtime, and if nobody scores there, then it goes to a 2-out-of-3 shootout. That's the regular season. In the playoffs, there have been people, have been asking me, do you think they should change the format? And I said, well, maybe they could. And I said, you play 1 20-minute overtime, and if nobody scores then you go to a best 3-out-of-5 shootout, but you cannot repeat your shooters until everybody has shot the puck once on your bench. Once you do that, then you can go back and start over again if it's tied up.
Yeah, but
it saves the game too, and it wouldn't be as long.
Yeah, but does that take away from the anticipation of sudden death overtime?
Yeah, it would.
Does it take it away? I mean, does baseball really take it away by putting the man on second?
Yeah, I know.
Does it take away the?
How many people are complaining? How many people are like, why is there a runner on second base to start the 10th inning?
Yeah, why is it there? I mean, does that make it too easy to end the game or not end the game?
Not really. I mean, the other day, or let's put it this way, yesterday, was it yesterday? Yeah, no, 2 days ago, because unfortunately when Tampa Bay and Columbus played that 5 overtime game, Boston and Carolina had to postpone that game at night because they were supposed to play at 8 o'clock. And it takes an hour for them to sanitize the plexiglass, the benches, and the locker rooms. There's 4 locker rooms, so they didn't have to sanitize those right away. That's a great bug, Joe, if you're trying to kill it.
I am.
Don't worry, I'm in the same boat. I got one flying around me too.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they had to play that game at 11 o'clock in the morning. And yes, I understand all Bruin and Hurricanes fans were not too happy that it got moved in the morning while they're at work. Yeah, I'm the same way. I mean, thank God I was able to actually watch 49 seconds of the second overtime.
Yep.
For the Bruins to win on a Patrice Bergeron game winner, because when I told my aunt, here we go again, it's like, they're not going to play 5 overtimes again, are you? I'm like, well, here we are in the second overtime. If you went to Las Vegas and bet 2 5 overtime games, you're going to win $1 million.
There you go. You won. But
yeah, exactly. But you're not going to see – you probably won't see that again. The odds of that are pretty, like maybe 200,000 to 1, seeing a 5 overtime game like that. You know, and call it crazy, because these players get about, maybe when we get to the 3rd overtime, maybe the 4th overtime, their legs don't have it in them left. And I started to notice that in the 4th overtime.
Yeah, but conditioning is part of the game. It's
Conditioning was the key part, Joey. Absolutely. I mean, you imagine what they had to have in that locker room. Oranges, bananas. Remember, there's no concession stand, so they had to bring in any fruit that they could.
Yep. I mean, that's part of any sport, conditioning. That's part of if you win or lose.
Especially if you've been off for 138 days and then you bring it back. And, and you have to remember, too, here's the thing. With Carolina, before they started their series with Boston, they had over a week to rest because they swept the Rangers in 3 games, 3-0.
Yeah, the Rangers kind of went out.
Yeah, but don't
sad.
worry, we won the number one pick though.
Oh yeah, there we go. Yay!
No, that what happened was, Joe, they had the teams that got beat in the qualifiers. They were in a briefcase, ping pong ball into the lottery machine.
Yep.
I heard the Toronto Maple Leafs just about had their ping pong ball just about come out, and then it bounced out. And then the New York Rangers one came up, and I said, "Oh, good, we just won the number one pick."
Yay! Well,
So,
hopefully it turns out to a good player. Hopefully it turns out.
Yeah, we think we know who it's going to be. We'll probably sign him to a 3-year entry-level contract in October.
Well, hopefully there's college hockey for him to play.
Well, no, he's been playing in the junior league.
Okay.
So I've already been keeping an eye on that. So but overall, I've been very happy with how the hockey's been going. It's got a long way to go. I mean, round 1's going to go. Round 2 is probably not going to start for another week and a half. So.
Well, that's round 2 of the playoffs. So.
Right, but what's going to happen is then there's going to be no more afternoon games basically, except for maybe the weekends. They're going to.
Well, there's not going to be that many teams left.
Right, there'll be 18. So what they'll do is there'll be one game each night in each arena.
Yep. Okay.
Which isn't bad. And then when they get to the conference finals, they're possibly talking about letting the members of their family come out to the arena.
Yep, they're talking about that in the NBA too. Yep, in the quarantine zone.
But they'll be allowed to be with the player. But
yep.
they have to stay away from that player when they get to the arena. They have to basically stay away from that hockey player.
Yep.
So, but overall, so far, so good. Not too many crazy upsets right now at the moment. Well, actually, no. If Washington gets beat by the Islanders, then yeah, you got a little bit of an upset brewing. Caps down 2-0, but we'll see. Nicholas Backstrom's out of the lineup tonight. He's in protocol.
Yep. All right.
Well, that means that's a concussion. So
is the no home field advantage to anyway evening out the teams?
Home ice advantage to me. No, and don't forget Edmonton and Toronto were both gone. So
yeah,
home ice doesn't really mean anything. I mean, you're seeing these teams wear the home team sweaters, but that's just only because that would have been their home game.
Yep.
For their game 2 was in St. Louis, they'd be playing it over there. But since it's in Edmonton, it's all the way down. It's all the way down there. So, with the seats being covered and everything else, no netting. The puck goes in the stands, goes in the stands. So, but I've enjoyed it. It's gone very well. And as my father said, this is the only sport that hasn't taken a knee or anything. So.
Well, we can talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I know.
As we go into some basketball. You done with that?
That's what's coming up. You can go ahead with basketball now.
Basketball's going well. They're finishing up the 8-game regular season plays. I mean, the Celtics are doing well. I believe they went 5-3 or something, 5-2.
I do want to give a shout out to the Phoenix Suns.
Yep, they tried well. They're not going to make it,
but they didn't lose one game.
Yeah, I know, and they're still not going to.
No, but 8-0, that's a load of confidence to think about for next year, because when you go 8-0 like that, even though you're not going to make the playoffs, that's something to build on.
Yeah, that's something to go on, especially not in home arena or something like that for your younger players. And Phoenix is very young. They're a young team. Damian Lillard of Portland is going off right now. I mean, he's scored 50 or more in 4 straight games.
I heard he had a 60-something point game.
He had a 64-point game.
That's what I thought.
They got to win. Blazers got to win 1 more game, and the Memphis Grizzlies got to win 2 games to make it into the final.
It's 1 win for Portland or 1 Memphis defeat, and Portland's in.
Yes. So that's actually, if Portland wins, they'll meet the LA Lakers, which may prove the better matchup. Because
you know what? Don't guarantee the Lakers are going to win 4 and done, because
I wouldn't agree with that. The Lakers are very weak at the point guard position. They got nobody to guard Damian Lillard. I mean, Rajon Rondo, he tries to guard Rice, and he doesn't work. I mean,
No.
You get my lingo on that. That's basketball lingo.
Mm-hmm.
But
Absolutely.
I mean, so the Lakers, they went through very well and stuff. So they'll first maybe Portland in the first round. Will Portland upset them? I don't think so.
I don't think so. But how many games is it going to go? I'm going to say Lakers in 6.
6 games without home field advantage. Yeah, 6 games sounds good.
If it goes 7, it's a bonus. If Portland wins a series, it's a big upset.
It's a big upset, and that will
and then
upset.
You know what's going to happen? LeBron James is going to say, "Get me a new head coach."
Yeah, that probably will happen too.
Because
give me some new head coaching. Give me some new teammates.
That's all he does. Every time if a team gets beat and he doesn't win a championship, he's going to be basically, "I want a new coach.
I want a new coach. I want new teammates." That's what he likes.
Yeah, we know that. And remember, he does have 2 years left on that current contract that he signed.
Yeah, he does. I mean, I don't think he's going to get to 6 championships. I don't think he's going to get to it. He has 3.
Nope.
I don't think he's going to get 3 more.
No.
So.
He might win 1 more to get to 4, but I do not see him getting 6. No way.
I don't see him getting 6 either.
When Michael Jordan played for the Bulls and he won 6 titles, he knew what he had to do. No pressure. You know, he didn't really complain or do anything like that.
Michael Jordan got a coach fired. He did.
He did get someone fired, and he brought in a coach with a winning formula. Phil Jackson.
Phil Jackson. He hired Phil Jackson. So, but other teams, Boston looks good. Boston looks healthy. They look athletic. Kemba Walker looks very well, fresh off an injury. He's been playing very well. Jason Tatum looks like a superstar. I mean, they finished the game, like they said, 8 out of these 8 games, 5-3. They're the number 3 seed in the East. I mean, they put up a good game against the Toronto Raptors. They did that. They that was a big key game to show the number 2 seed in the East that we can beat you.
But the good news is, at least if the Celtics don't have to face Milwaukee until the conference finals, correct?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
If they remain number 3, they won't have to do it until the finals. They would have to bump off
they'd have to play the number 2 seed first, more than likely.
Yep. More than likely, versus the Raptors. But everybody seems.
I noticed the Miami Heat has been a very improved team this year. I've noticed that they're going to make the playoffs.
They have. They're the number 4 seed in the East. They have a little problems with sometimes camaraderie. They don't finish games too sweetly. I mean, they lose leads. They look like they don't fully commit for the last 5 minutes of games, and they lose them. So.
Absolutely. But, there is one team I need to make attention with. The San Antonio Spurs, for the first time in 22 years, are not going to the playoffs.
Well, that gives praise to their franchise that they're not going to the playoffs. I mean, when you have Tim Duncan for 20 years and you have that kind of a player, and a coach of San Antonio's caliber, what's his name? What's the coach's name? Drawing a blank, Coachy.
Hold on. I'll find it.
Man.
Hold on.
Coach San Antonio. Drawing a blank, Coachy.
So am I. Hey, don't feel bad. I drew a blank about when Brendan Morrow scored the goal for Dallas when it went to the 4 overtime game.
4 overtime.
Against San Jose back in 2000 and I want to say 2007.
Greg Popovich.
That's it. Thank you. I don't have to look it up now.
No.
Thank you.
But if you have a coach like that, you're going to have a 20-year run. I mean, the players that wanted, yeah. I mean, the players that wanted to play with Tim Duncan, like, just ran to the San Antonio Spurs and said,
don't forget David Robinson.
Yep. Well, David Robinson won. I think he only won
two
championships. Two or one?
I think he won two. Yeah, he won two. I think he retired.
Duncan won 5. Duncan has 5.
Yep. Maybe Robinson won 3?
No, Robinson didn't. I think he retired after 2.
Okay.
Retired.
I know Tony Parker won 5, right?
I believe Tony only won 4 or something.
So, okay.
Ginobili won like 3 with Tim and something like that. But that's like the Patriots with Tom Brady. Yeah, I mean, you have the right player and other players want to come play with you, you're going to have success. You're going to have a 20-year run. I mean, that's hats off to San Antonio.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Hats off. I mean, that really – well, 20 years ago, Tim Duncan actually was supposed to be a Boston Celtic. But the year that Boston was really, really bad and they won – I think they won as many games or a couple more than San Antonio.
Yep.
I mean, they were real bad. I mean, they got blown out by 40 points or more every night. But they were supposed to have the number 1 seed that year, and they didn't get that pick. They didn't get Tim Duncan. I mean, they ended up with Paul Pierce.
The thing is, when Duncan played his first year as a rookie, he got a ring right off the bat.
Well, San Antonio, that year that Duncan came into the league, they had a whole bunch of injuries on that team. I mean, David Robinson was injured for the full year. He didn't play at all. I mean,
no, he waited for the playoffs.
What? But the first year.
David Robinson played in the playoffs so he could save his energy.
Yeah, no, before Tim Duncan and David Robinson, the San Antonio's team was horrible. I mean, they trashed everything. But it was,
the question is, if Greg Popovich does decide to hang it up, retire from coaching, you know what? He's going to be first ballot Hall of Fame. Yeah,
he's first ballot Hall of Famer. I think he has 3 or 4 coaches a year or something like that.
Yep. He was the general manager as well as the head coach, and then they decided, you're done being a GM. You need to focus on being a head coach.
Yeah. So that's hats off to San Antonio.
I mean, he deserves it. The best coach that's ever taken over for that team. You know, yes, he hates being interviewed by.
I know he gives Bill Belichick answers to everything.
I know. Well, that's the same thing in hockey to John Tortorella. When they win, he'll talk. When they lose, he won't talk.
Well, Greg Popovich won't talk if you win or lose. It's like you ask Greg.
Oh no!
How did Tim Duncan do this week?
Yeah, but Joe, if he doesn't show up at the press conferences, I believe he would get fined. Yeah, that's true. But you ask Greg Popovich, how did Tim Duncan do this weekend? He'll go, "Oh, he did fine." And then you're not getting anything else out of him. You're not getting anything else. Yeah, because when I watch the John Tortorella press conference, because I love his antics after every game that he coaches behind the bench for the Columbus Blue Jackets. When they lost Game 1, the press conference on YouTube was like for 2 minutes, and he was like, everybody was fine. He wasn't in the mood. But then yesterday, you beat Tampa Bay 3-1. He's talking for 6 minutes.
Yeah. So
he was in a good mood. I mean, he talks more than Bill Belichick.
Yeah, Bill. That's another one. But those guys are they just want to coach. They just want to – that's all they want to do. All the Bill and Greg Popovich.
They're not in the mood to tell the media and share what they're going to have to do on the next team, any of that. You want to do that, then just watch your local news, and then they'll tell you.
Yeah. So they're professionals. That's all they are.
Yeah.
That's all they want to be.
Yeah,
I mean,
leave them alone. I mean, thank goodness the media is asking them questions from their homes
yeah.
right now.
So,
So, you know,
um,
but
other
anyway,
things in the NBA, not too much. Everything's going well with the COVID testing and in the bubble. Everything's going
that's
well.
improved.
Yep. I mean, I heard James Harden is a really good cornhole player. He drains shots just like he does on a basketball court.
Yeah, well, the only Dumbo player that we've had in this bubble was a player for the LA Clippers where let's go to Georgia. You know, you're attending a family member, but why are you going to a strip club ordering food?
Yeah, that's same thing in baseball.
Yeah, well, I'm going to get to that in a second too.
Yeah.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, the player for the LA Clippers had to be quarantined for 10 days because he was not allowed to after he was at a strip club when he didn't belong at that point. And I'm getting you the name right now.
Yeah, I forgot his name too, but
yeah, me too. I said it last time too. Quarantine 10 days. Let me see if I remember correctly. Expected to clear. Oh, okay, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Montrezl Harrell. Yeah, it's a weird name.
Yeah.
It's Lou Williams. 10 days quarantine was set to be done, but now they said Montrezl Harrell expected to. Oh, why was he cleared? Why was he in the quarantine for 7 days? No. Because a duration. Okay. Activated for game 1. Oh, for his ailing grandmother. Okay, that makes sense.
Yep.
Okay. All right, I'm going to let you talk about the Cleveland Indians and why 2 of these players had to be quarantined for going somewhere they're not supposed to.
Yeah, they were in a strip club. So
I thought I heard bar in Cleveland.
Bar in Cleveland meant strip club in Cleveland. But yeah, they got in trouble. They left the quarantine little bubble. I mean, that's what happens when you have no, like, real big bubble and stuff.
Yep.
I mean, you're traveling to other cities. These are 20 to 25-year-old kids that still want to live life. So that's kind of hard to control. That's hard to control.
Absolutely. But why would you wind up first of all, you're Cleveland Indians, and you know better to try to pull that stunt on your manager.
Yeah. It used to be your manager in the Red Sox.
Not going to go along with that.
Yeah. Yep. So, yeah, that's pretty much for that. Everybody else is doing well
right now.
Yep.
Terry Francona's son rips COVID rule breaker Zach Plesac. Oh, for what? Pro calls by going out with friends until the late hours of the night after 10 p.m. Team curfew.
Yep.
Oh, for what? Terry Francona's son rips COVID rule break. Oh, oxygen thief, he called him.
Oh.
Yeah. Actually, he told Zach Plesac to sit in timeout and keep your trap shut.
Yeah.
Because that's telling me, and that from what I'm seeing, that was an F-bomb that wasn't allowed to be in the New York Post. But
yeah.
But see, the problem is, if you want to be with your family, that's in time we're watching on TV. Here's a better solution than going to the bar. Go home and have dinner, and then return to the bubble.
Yeah, but some of these kids are only 20. They don't have families.
No, I know. Most of their families are out in another state. Which if they go home, they got to self-quarantine anyway.
Yeah. So it's hard to control young men. It is. It's going to happen. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. They're still learning in life. They're still learning.
Yep, but, you're going to pay the consequence if you're going to try and pull that stunt. Guess what? Now he did his time.
Yeah.
They did their time. They missed 3. They had to be quarantined for 3 days, and obviously They reported back, but now here's your problem. The Miami Marlins, I've heard, are back playing baseball right now.
Yep.
They're
They
back.
only- Yep.
St. Louis Cardinals, we're going on almost 3 weeks since they last played a game.
I know. They only played like 5 games, too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
The
they're all
question
for
is-
playing 7-inning games and stuff. They're all for that and trying to make it up. But,
That's going to be so tough.
yeah. That's
That
going
is
to be
way
tough.
too tough. And at least the commissioner hasn't said yet that we're going to cancel your season if this doesn't stop.
Yeah. But,
But I hope this thing recuperates from St. Louis. But the most surprising thing you probably remember is Cespedes, and I think we didn't talk about this from our last show. We talked about it very briefly.
yeah, we did. We just mentioned that he left the team. I mean, he didn't even tell
now we
the
can fully talk about it, what he did.
Yeah, he just left. Where'd he go?
Oh, he just went home. His agent decided to make the press conference, and I'm like, okay, you're supposed to have the player be there to tell you, not have your agent tell for you and go run away and go back home.
Yep. So that's a pretty much mess. That's he shouldn't have done that. He should have told the team.
Should have
that he
done
was
that
leaving.
before the season started. If you didn't,
Yeah.
want to do it. Not wait until about almost
A
2
week in,
weeks
yeah, 2 weeks in.
Mm-hmm. And
And
then
you
they thought he was lost, murdered, shot.
He was playing well too. He was playing well.
Yes, he was. He was playing well up to that point.
Yep.
But good luck to the Mets. Now they're going to go downhill.
They have been going downhill. They're below 500 and acting like the Mets. So
well, that's typical. They were playing good the first week, but now since then,
yeah, their pitching has fallen off. Their bats aren't there anymore. It looks like this is another just wasted year for the Mets.
Yep. Now, before we talk about our local teams, we need to talk about the Houston Astros pitching coach for what he did.
Yeah, throwing at the guy.
There was a racist comment I believe I heard out of there.
Yeah,
too.
there was a racist comment. He got 20 games suspension.
And he can't appeal it because he's not a player.
Yep.
He had to immediately serve it.
Yep. He's serving it now.
Yeah, and that's just about half your games now for the season.
Well, yeah. But he's only a pitching coach.
No, hitting coach, I thought, wasn't
Hitting
he?
coach.
Yeah, he's a hitting coach. But Houston, ever since, now they've had 2 separate incidents now.
Well, teams are frustrated with them. None of the players got punished for what they did. Only the coaches did. And
the general manager and the manager.
And none of the players got punished. And other players
actually, no, the one who was supposed to coach the Mets, though, they asked him to step down because he was involved in that role.
Yeah. Yeah, so, but
Carlos Beltran, by the way, is his name.
Yeah, I know, Carlos Beltran. He was, but players are upset that none of the players actually got suspended or talked to or anything, and other players believe they cheated on the game. They cheated.
Yeah, and like we both said when the season started, what's going to happen with the Houston Astros? Well, that's your answer right now.
Well, yeah, and players are mad, and they're only way they get even if they throw at the batter or try to hit them or something like that. But imagine if there was fans there. It would be.
I bet you right now if those cut-ups were real fans, imagine what would happen if they came out of the cut-ups, just rip it apart, and it's like, "Hi, I'm a real fan. I'm coming to cheer you on."
Well, they wouldn't be cheering on the Houston. They'd be booing them out of their stadium.
No, yeah, I know. But
Houston is doing okay. They're playing mediocre right now. They lost Greg Maddux for the year. And
it's Greg Maddux.
Not Greg Maddux. They lost They
lost what's its face for 2 weeks. I know that. Verlander.
He reminds me of Greg Maddux.
Yeah, well, he was supposed to be out for the season, and then he went 2 weeks instead.
Yeah.
Now I haven't heard his prognosis since.
No, I thought he was out for season.
No, I only heard they were going to re-examine him.
Yeah, and they re-examined and said goodbye.
Oh, was sure. Goodbye. I didn't know. I didn't think he was gone yet for the season. At first they were, and then they said, no way.
I'm pretty sure it's goodbye. But
all right, I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, look that fact up.
See, that's what I'm doing right now.
But
I'll get that up in a second here. You need to talk about Aaron Judge that went on the disabled list today.
Yeah, Aaron Judge went on the disabled list. So did Stanton. Stanton went on the disabled list.
Oh, at least the Red Sox got a fighting chance.
Yeah.
Yeah. And by the way,
pitching.
before you continue, it says Justin Verlander hopes to resume throwing next week.
Oh, hopefully?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Well, that may give Houston a little bit more.
Yep.
Yes,
it does.
Yeah, Aaron Judge went on the disabled list. Pulled it, what? He pulled a hammy or something? I think he pulled a hammy.
He pulled a muscle. I heard about that. He was out day to day, and then, of course, they were thinking, "Yup, you're not playing the Red Sox. The Red Sox are down in the dumps." So basically, he's not playing this weekend, and neither is Stanton. But you're still not going to have to worry about our pitching. Our pitching is still lousy.
Yeah, I'm sure. LeMahieu and Torres and everybody else will hit your pitching.
Well, you don't have to worry about that because you guys are going with your ace tonight. So.
Yep. Ace is on the mound.
You're going with Jared Cole, which you'll watch when we're off the air. You will watch him pitch.
Yep, I will watch him pitch. What is he, 5-0 almost?
He hasn't lost a game. No, I don't think he's lost a game yet.
No. I think he's 5. Or close to 4-0 or 5-0.
Let me see what his record is. Jared Cole record.
Jared Cole. He hasn't put a full 9-inning game in yet or anything like that, but he's
you don't need to.
He doesn't. Not with that hitting lineup.
No.
If you're up 5 or 6 runs, take him out in the 7th.
Yep. But they're saying tonight Xander Bogaerts is back in the lineup tonight.
Oh, wow.
Yep. Jose Peraza is out.
And COACHIE's pitching.
Yeah, COACHIE's pitching all right. Yeah, I'll throw a 32-mile-per-hour fastball.
And watch it go over the fence.
I don't know. Be careful. Be careful how you say it because I threw it 32 miles per hour at Lake Compounds once and I won the prize for it.
Yeah.
I said 30 miles per hour. I said, 31 miles per hour. I said, watch, I'm going to throw 32. There it is on the gun. I said, oh, crap. I was too impressed. I didn't know what to say.
Well,
except my friends were like, holy cow, you guessed right.
Yeah. Well, well, it should be a good series. It should be an okay series.
It's a 4-game series. It's not 3.
No? It's 4?
It's 4.
Oh, okay. They threw in an extra game or something?
Yeah, there's a game tonight. There's a game tomorrow. On Fox. There's a game on ESPN Sunday Night Baseball, and there's a game on Monday at 7:30.
Okay. Nice. 4-game in New York.
So you got yourself a 4 games. I hope you just win 1 game or split.
Hopefully.
I don't want to see a 4-game sweep.
4-game sweep of the Red Sox.
No, please. You already did 3 games. That was plenty enough.
Yeah, but
thank you very much. So, but
let's see. The Red Sox we talked about, no pitching. That's going to be all season long.
Hitting is starting to have issues. I mean, we got destroyed by Tampa Bay. I mean, 1 game we lost 8-7. Great, but we squandered too many opportunities, and then last night we lost 17-8.
Yep. So,
but the good news is Chris Sale might be throwing off a pitcher's mound later this month.
All right, Chris Sale back on the mound for you.
Yeah, no, don't return him this year.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't waste him.
He's got 5 years left on a contract. Don't let him overkill himself.
Yeah.
You know, I will say, you know what? You do have to give that interim manager a full year, I think, next year. As much as he hasn't had his best, I don't think you give up on him. I think you have to give him a full season next year.
Yeah. Yeah, give him a full season or 3/4 of a season. If he's not doing well, toss him.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Don't get rid of him that fast. I mean, he's trying what he's could. I mean, remember he was named the interim manager after Ford got let go. So
yeah. So you're going through some rough times if you're a Red Sox fan. You're going through some rough times.
Yeah,
Hopefully your management and your general manager and stuff pull it together and figures out something. I mean, every team goes through downsides and stuff, and you are. The Mets are doing the same thing.
If there's any team right now who I've been impressed, it's the San Diego Padres.
Okay, I haven't seen too many of them.
Okay, I've been seeing some highlights. I mean, I don't get the baseball package, so you may have to watch
some more.
But I saw Manny Machado hit a grand slam against the Dodgers.
His former team.
He's that San Diego team looks much improved. I noticed. And then the Dodgers last night, Mookie Betts hit 3 home runs.
Yeah, which he should have been hitting for you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, I've already said that's the 6th time he's had a 3 home run game.
Yep.
First career. That's his first one with the Dodgers. But as I said to all Red Sox fans, it would have been too tough to re-sign him, and that's why they had to trade him. It wasn't by choice. But because if we had him this year, it would have been a lame duck season.
Yep.
And then I think there would have been swirls of trade rumors flying around who was going to get traded, and that's why they moved him on. Well, at first he almost didn't go, but I guess he had to take a second physical, and he passed.
Yeah, he did.
So congrats to Mookie Betts. I'm happy for him. I mean, I wish he was in a Red Sox uniform, but like I said, I knew they weren't going to be able to sign him to a big long-term contract.
No. The Dodgers signed him to a big long-term contract.
Well, afterwards. It was about maybe 2 weeks after he was traded. They wanted to re-sign him quick because they didn't want to put him back on the traders market.
Yeah. So, we got a couple seconds left, couple minutes.
Yeah, we got a couple minutes.
No glitches.
No glitches today. Yes.
Yes, we're getting through a show without any glitches.
Yes. No, I actually had to make sure on my computer that I didn't have too many programs running, and I got rid of a couple to close off. So we're doing pretty good. After I get off the show with you, I'm taking the webcam and closing it.
Yep.
So unless I got to talk to a family member or a friend, I'll put it back on. But so I just want to let everybody know that the soccer thing has come to has come to a close. They're going back to regular season format very soon. There have been a few tennis players who are going to opt out playing the U.S. Open.
Okay.
For later this month. The Masters has now been moved to November, but there will be no fans.
Yep.
But we kind of knew that was coming.
Yep.
For all of our interest. The Indianapolis 500 is next weekend. That will be back. I don't know what the rule is. I believe there's going to be some fans, but we don't know what capacity it could be.
Yeah, okay.
For
NASCAR, I think it's easier.
Well, this is IndyCar. This is IndyCar next week.
IndyCar, race car, any kind of like that. It's easier to put fans in the seats. You can space them out. You just got to spread them apart. I went to a New Britain Bees game on Tuesday night. They spreaded us out. I mean, the Hurricane took down their left field fence.
Guys heard about that. Yeah, they had to do a substitute wall.
They had a substitute minor league log. I can't believe that it was only like 3 feet high. There's only a 3 foot high yellow tape mark.
That's because this league is one level lower. That's probably why.
Well, I mean, it's 3 feet. New Britain players cleared it in a couple seconds. They hit 2 runs.
Oh, so there was a home run, basically.
Yeah. I mean, they hit 2 home runs over the shot over there. But, I couldn't believe it was that low. I mean, the left fielder.
I am happy the New Britain Bees have been able to play their baseball games. I'm very happy that the games at Muzzy Field, I heard they've been. I mean, I haven't been to a game yet. I don't know if I'm going.
I think they're over. The American
Okay,
Legion is
because
over.
when I went by their field last night, going home from my father's for dinner, I did see some practicing going on.
Yep.
So,
But yeah.
but I'm very satisfied about how they've been handling with baseball and everything else here. You know,
In
because
Connecticut,
it's
yeah.
not Major League Baseball, so you can do this I mean, they're not selling any concessions or anything like that, and you're getting into
New Britain is.
No, I know New Britain is, but because Bristol didn't play their Bristol Blues this year, and they played their Bristol
Legion.
their other league, they didn't sell any food or anything.
No.
They just let the fans come, and it was free admission.
Yep.
So, but I wish Bristol, we're getting better, but this thing isn't over yet by any means. And you got to wait and see what happens when the kids go back to school. Some of the kids are going back to school September 8th.
Yep.
And the others will be going back September 14th. And we will see how the schools go, and cross your fingers they don't spike. But like I said to all of you parents that have your kids playing fall sports, doesn't matter if it's elementary, middle, or high school, just keep an eye on it, because I got a funny feeling that it's going to get moved after the way that them and the health department are going back.
Health department coming in. Yep.
Yep, absolutely.
So,
all right.
This has been the Sportsman Show. I've been your host, Joe Musel.
I'm Jason Coachie DECAROLIS. Thank you very much for watching. And we made it through without a technical problem.
We made it through without a technical error or glitch or anything.
And we will see you next weekend for my birthday weekend show.
Birthday weekend show next weekend. Birthday week starts for you this week.
Yep. Stay tuned. And you had your birthday already, so stay tuned. We'll see what day we will be on next weekend.
One shout out to Brian. He just had a baby. So big crack.
Congratulations to Brian. I don't know him, but I'm glad Nutmeg TV has a new family member.
Yep. Good luck with that. Good luck being a father. Hopefully we can get back in the studio
soon.
Yep.
All right, folks. See you later.
Bye.
Have a good weekend.
Enjoy sports.
Yup.